5, there is another saying, God's timing is perfect, and everything happens for a reason. Okay? But they say, don't let this simple phrase fool you. God's timing doesn't mean that your time is worthless, nor does it not mean that there's no reason to respect time and a schedule. It simply means that God knows what is best for us. And we still need to work hard. We still need to focus by improving our faith. God's timing is a result of our prayers, consultations, knowledge of our Bible. So we need to study. And when we make our plans, when we want to make decisions, we always need to consult God and put Him in the center of our plans. And so this morning, Caitlin and I, we are going to share 9 reasons why God's timing is perfect. Number 1, He doesn't have deadlines. We have deadlines, right? There's work deadlines that we have to do. There's tasks. There's assignments. But God doesn't have deadlines. And it says that He isn't overly concerned about our deadlines because He wants what is best for us. If we have deadlines, we need to follow them through because we have worldly obligations. And knowing that God's timing never occurs in haste. Number 2, God is never impatient. His timing is never rushed like ours, okay? Because He cares about us. We live in a fast-paced society, and even the most patient people tend to want quick results. Patience is a wonderful character to develop, and it is even more important when we wait on God's timing. God's timing is honest. Number 3, everything occurs in His perfect timing. There's no games. There's no games with waiting, nor is there truth that has to be manipulated. And unfortunately, and it's sad, in our workplaces where these things occur. After all, the Bible is the truth, and we can find all His guidance in the Scripture. And His Scripture never, ever contradicts.
Point number 4. His judgment is never clouded. Now, have you ever made a major decision without having something else on your mind? Our minds are filled with so many things each day, and sometimes it's tough to make a clear decision without being influenced. Influence can come from our own desires, from friends, or more generally, media and society. At times, we won't even realize how we've been influenced. Now, when things happen in God's timing, we know He is never influenced by others or by society. His timing is precise and clear, and He doesn't have a priority checklist of who to help or answer first. God's timing is right, and His judgment is never clouded. Number 5, He only has you in mind. Now, there are billions of people on the planet, and billions before have lived on Earth. Now, as humans, our circle of acquaintances is limited. We can only know so many people, and whether we notice it or not, we prioritize the people around us based on importance. For most people, family is a priority, then friends and church family, and then work colleagues. It's hard to manage all of our relationships, and we only have so much time in one day. Now, God has and wants a relationship with all of us. He waits patiently to hear our praise, our confessions, and our questions. And even though He knows all of our hearts, when we come to Him, we are treated as the only one. Now, with you in mind, God's timing will always be perfect, and you won't be second in line. Number 6, God's timing has perspective. Now, God has perspective for our lives and for the world. He created the world long ago, and His time frame is vast. It is far greater than our short lives. Now, this doesn't mean God's timing will come after we are gone, but it does mean that He has perspective that we can't understand. Compared to God, we have a narrow perspective built around our school, places of work, and places of worship. We can travel, read, and study scripture, and this gives us new perspectives. Yet it is still nothing compared to the perspective of God. Trust God's timing because He has perspective.
Number 7, even His bad timing is perfect. Have you ever went through a situation where you needed to go somewhere, but you couldn't find your car keys? And you found it eventually, and you left, and a few minutes before you go past somewhere, there's a car accident. And you sit and think, if I had to leave earlier, that could have been me. So God's bad timing is perfect. God's timing, however, is not attracted to our worldly occurrences. And even though it might seem like bad timing to us, it's always perfect. There is always a reason behind His timing. Number 8, there are no strings attached. God's timing, whether it is answered prayers, blessings, or challenges, never have strings attached. God will never say, do this for me, and I will do this for you. His guidance and answered prayers are a result of His goodness. And lastly, no appointment is necessary with God. Now, we all make appointments. In the morning when we get up, in the evening when we go sleep. That's an appointment with God, right? But He says we can come any time of the day to Him, in any situation. Making a daily appointment with God is a way to hold ourselves accountable and to interact with Him. With this said, God never, ever requires an appointment. And like I said, He is available every day. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, you may say it with me, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and pray to me, and I will listen. Brothers and sisters, we must always be aware that God's timing can come at any time. The more we build our faith, the more we will realize His timing is perfect. I came across a meme on Facebook. I just want to read it to you. Okay. I'm just going to paraphrase. And I had to read this meme quite a couple of times to really let it click. And it says, when you understand God's timing, you wait differently. And so, brothers and sisters, our challenge this week to you is, yes, life gets tough. Yes, we go through circumstances. Yes, we even blame God for those circumstances because we're human. We want things our way. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So my prayer is that this week, when there are decisions to make, that we will make them with God in the center. Now, anybody that knows me know I love music. Music speaks to me in a very, very special way. And then, so when I hear a song, my children know it will play for a week or two continuously. And there's a song that I just love, Fear Not Tomorrow. And I want you to listen to the words. So when fear or impatience come to us, that we will know who holds our hand, and that we will know that we don't have to worry about tomorrow because God is already there.
In this age of uncertainty, questions come to my mind. What is waiting ahead for me and the rest of mankind? Fear not tomorrow. God is already there. He's charting the course you'll take. He sees each hidden step. He's waiting to guide you through each burden and care. Fear not tomorrow. God is already there. Are you troubled or things to come? Is your future unsure? And are you dreading the coming dawn? A long day to endure.